Hey guys, this is Linda Hobson. You may also know me as the Godmama of Marketing. I am here with my cohort, my partner in crime, my soul sister, Nancy Lair. She and I are doing if you know us from the Princess Mafia, this does not mean the Princess Mafia has disbanded. We are on hiatus. We're kind of redoing some things with that. But for now, Nancy and I are doing a special project together called Stealth Underground Marketing. And we are part of a bigger team that is just taking the internet by storm. And they are called Black Ops. And so that's why we're in our Black Ops hat and we're in our well, this isn't really camo because I think you can see it from miles away, and the bling too, but you know, we had to girl it up a little bit. So so anyway, we are here, and what we're going to be doing, it's not right now, it's not going to be a regular show, but we will be on regularly. So what I mean by that is we are going to have trainings like this on not Facebook Live, but YouTube live streaming, where we are going to teach you stealth underground marketing techniques, the secret techniques that are stupid simple, but people don't think about using them, or they're doing things quite not in the right way. Like they need to tweak things a little bit. And it's the kinds of things, because it's so stupid simple, the gurus do not want you to know about this stuff, because what the gurus want you to do is be dependent on them, to be dependent on them teaching you the, you know, kind of convoluted, paid, trafficky, techie kind of stuff. They want you to be dependent on them. And what we're going to teach you in our tonight especially, but in our sessions going forward, is we're going to teach you, mostly free. We may talk about a paid traffic source or paid traffic strategy sometime, but for the most part, it's going to be free strategies. It's going to be mindset, and it's going to be really the steps you need to take that you don't think about to succeed in your business, no matter what the business is. I don't care if you're in an MLM, if you're doing affiliate marketing, if you're doing network marketing, if you're on, JV Zoo, you know, and selling their products. I don't care what it is. These strategies that we're going to be teaching you tonight, especially tonight, are going to change the way you do business, and it's going to help you get targeted customers, leads, reps into your business without having to spam, without having to use paid traffic strategies, and really having fun again in your business. That's the big part. That's what really attracted me to it, is that it really put the fun back in why I got in this type of business to begin with. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to pass it off to Nancy so she can tell you a little bit about herself. Again, my name is Linda Hobson. I've been a marketer for probably off and on for about 15 years. There was a big gap where I wasn't doing any MLM things or anything, but back in the day, I did, you know, home parties and hotel meetings and all that kind of stuff. And then I got interested in doing something else besides what I did for my job for some extra income. And I found internet marketing, and I thought, this is perfect, that I can work from home. I don't have to be out doing parties or at hotel meetings all the time. I can still be home with my family. And so I got into internet marketing. And like so many that get into this business, I really struggled when I first got back into it and into internet marketing, because there is a learning curve from either starting new or starting from the offline MLM kind of industry and then getting into more of an internet-based business where you're promoting what you're promoting online as opposed to in people's homes and in hotel meetings and stuff like that. And so I struggled for a while and, was learning, trying to learn all the stuff. I was trying to do all the things and, things that everybody learns at the beginning. And I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, and it just wasn't taking off like I wanted it to take off. And I didn't really have the resources to use paid traffic, because if you use good paid traffic strategies, it gets into some money. You really need to have a marketing budget to really do it right if you're going to use paid strategies. And we are in no way trying to tell you that paid strategies are better, that free strategies are better, but we want to teach you the free strategies so that you can start creating an income, so that if you do want to do paid strategies and maybe, get into some paid traffic or something like that, that you can start building up your cash flow and your working capital in order to invest in stuff like that. And so I'm going to pass it off. Oh, I did want to say that I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm married, and I have a son who's about to turn 13 on Sunday. And so we're kind of in middle America. And I am basically your average work from home mom. But I am doing the strategies that are building my business to way bigger than average income. And that's where we want to get you to, where you're starting to build your income, where it's not just, that little thing you're doing at home, like your friends and family like to say, oh, how's that little thing you're doing? This can really build, if you do it right, to a 6 and 7 figure income. So I'm going to pass it off to Nancy so she can introduce herself, and then we'll get into the nuts and bolts. Take it away. No?
Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
You can't? Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
I can now.
Okay, great. We've had some technical difficulties tonight that have actually been beyond my realm, but I think we got it okay now. My name is Nancy Lair, and I am also a marketer and part of the Black Ops. We're very excited to be here with you tonight. We were online before as the Princess Mafia, and like Linda said, it doesn't mean that we're doing anything against that. We're still in the Princess Mafia. We just kind of took a little hiatus, and we wanted to bring this information to you because we came across this strategy that we are really, really excited about, that we want to share with you. We can't believe how simple it is. And I have been in network marketing off and on for about the last 15 years too. I started in network marketing before the internet, because people are online doing their marketing all the time because they can reach people all across the world. But I was rather successful in my last network marketing venture where I did not use a computer. But, having a computer really changes the game, because a lot of people think that you don't have to talk to people and you don't have to communicate with people. They think, oh, all you got to do is just press a couple of buttons. You just send your stuff out there, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. But nothing could be farther from the truth, could it, Linda?
Yeah, I agree.
It just is not like that. And I was one of those people too. I thought the same thing. I live in the upper peninsula of Michigan, and it's pretty remote up here. So I'm thinking, an online business could be really a great thing to do, because there's not a lot of people up here, and this way I get exposed to a lot more people being on the internet, and it could really work.
I can't even imagine you doing home parties where you live. There'd be no way.
Well, I know, because you know, nobody has homes up here. There's a lot of prisons and it's tourism and stuff, you know. So.
Coming into the prison. No. I'm going to show you my Tupperware.
No, stand back, everybody, 500 feet.
No, right.
No, seriously. I mean, you know, I mean, it's very, and anybody who is watching this that lives in a remote area knows that, you know, you can't possibly get a hold of the masses. You can't be exposed to the masses unless you use the internet. So we came across this strategy. We're really excited about it. And it's a Facebook strategy. So I'm going to start off, if you don't mind, Linda. I just want to start off on a couple of things because we're going to get right into it. We're going to keep this to an hour. We're going to try to do this. I know we won't be doing this next week, but after a while, we're hoping to do this every week and bring you, you know, the value that we're learning from our mentor. And we have a millionaire mentor who is helping us.
2 millionaire mentors.
Actually, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's 2. So, you know, it's just blowing us away, you know, because we never realized how important it is to have a millionaire mentor, and let alone 2 of them to help you. But
right.
But this Facebook strategy.
Can I say something before you start?
Absolutely.
I just want to kind of preface this whole thing in that if you're watching this and you're struggling with making sales and sponsoring people onto your team and in your company, you need to drop the ego, because the first thing that's going to happen is your ego is going to say, I know I've been on Facebook for like 8 years or however long, you know, and
Right.
I know Facebook, you know, what am I going to learn from these chicks? Well, if you're not making sales at least a couple of a week or a couple of months, and it's taking you a long time to get sales or sponsor people into your business, to this strategy. It's gonna be, like I said before, it is stupid simple. It's for people who don't want to be the techie type that have to like do certain things with the a funnel, and you gotta do a whatever, and gotta connect this to that and all those techie things. That's what's great about this strategy. It's going to be non-techie and it's going to be stupid simple, but it's a strategy that people do not think about when they are marketing their business. And even those people who are seasoned Facebook users are going to get something out of this training that we're going to have tonight. So what I want you to do before Nancy gets into the nuts and bolts of the beginning of our training, I want you to drop your ego, as they say, empty your cup, forget what you know, and pretend like you don't know anything about, you know how Facebook kind of works. You've been on there personally, you know, showing pictures of your dog or your cat and sharing, you know, funny, you know, maybe photos or something like that, or telling jokes. But as far as marketing, drop the ego, empty your cup, and listen to what we have to say, because it is going to change your business if you follow what we're doing. Okay, back to you.
Okay, thanks. First of all, a lot of this information that Linda and I are talking about, it's going to really kind of lessen your learning curve by at least 6 months or more. Okay, maybe not everything that we tell you tonight will, but when Linda was saying it's important to drop the ego, that sounds really simple. I mean, you need to be teachable and coachable, number 1. And that, I tell you what, that's tougher than you think it is, because there are so many times when somebody's trying to tell you, somebody that is experienced, and they try to tell you how to do something, and you might say, oh, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to bypass this, this, and this. This is going to be much simpler. I'm going to say, no, do not do that. When you hear that little voice in your head that wants to do something another way, you got to just shut that voice right up. You got to back it off into the corner and say, look, buddy, I got this, because it is the truth. I mean, that is the biggest problem that people have in online marketing, today is that they try to reinvent the wheel. And our millionaire mentor tells us all the time, don't try to reinvent the wheel. That is first and foremost, okay? The second thing is you got to remember that Facebook is a social media strategy, okay? So what is it? What does a social media strategy mean? It means you got to be social. Okay, I'm going to say that again. It means you got to be social. It doesn't mean you're slamming people with buy my stuff. Here's my link, buy my stuff. This is what I got for sale. So many times, and this is what really got me, is when I realized that I was doing things all wrong. I was on a hangout with my millionaire mentor, and one of the first things that he said was, if you are selling your product with features and benefits, that is your problem right there. That is, you are going through so much pain because people don't care what it is that you got. There's an old saying that says, people, they don't want to know what you know, they want to know that you care. And interacting with people on a personal basis and finding out about them, finding out about their pain is number one as far as communicating. You may have 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 people on your friends list, but how many of those people do you actually know? Do you actually interact with? Do you know what it is that they do every day? Do you know if what they're doing online or wherever is their passion? And if it's not their passion, what is their passion? And why aren't they doing their passion? So one of the number one things is, you know who your friends are and you reach out to them. Okay. And now we're not talking about friends and family here. We're not talking about bombarding your friends and family with your new new opportunity. Okay. And it's not about your opportunity. It is about just making friends on Facebook. Hey, Linda, can you mute out?
Oh yeah.
Because I can hear a lot of, okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. Because I could hear a lot of background noise there. Yeah, it is not about you. It is not about what you have to sell. You shouldn't even be coming into this conversation at all. You need to ask them something simple like, how's your day today? How's your day been so far? Simple stuff like that. Ask them questions like, what are you doing for the weekend? What do you got going on? Even simple stuff like, different posts that you could post on Facebook are things that are, what's your favorite color? And I know it sounds really simplistic, and I've done that before, and then put a picture of Elf in there. The one thing that you want to do is get whoever it is that you are engaged with to laugh, okay, to get an LOL out of them. And I'll tell you why. It's because once you get them to laugh, they are off guard. Okay. When you first approach them and you ask them how their day is going, how things are going with them, they're all, well, what does she want from me? What does that person want from me? But, if you start just engaging them in casual conversation, you might even want to send them a couple pictures of yourself, or, your dog or your cat or your kids, or, this is what my husband and I did this weekend. Isn't this place beautiful? And just throw a couple of funny lines in there, just, little smiley faces, little emojis, emoticons, throw that in there, because, it really is all about them. You can't even begin to know what it is they want in their life until you start to engage with them and actually have a conversation. And that's why we say social media is social. It's just all about talking about them, and I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of thought that getting into network marketing would be like, okay, you just spam your link all over the place, like we were just talking about. But, nothing could be farther from the truth. It's about making friends. It's not about features and benefits. It is about finding out what people's pain is, and then finding out what it is that they want in life, what they dream about. Okay. Because then you can match what you have to offer with what their pain is. If their pain could be, a money situation, it could be that they need to stay at home with their children, and in that case, you've got the solution for them, but they're not going to listen to you until you make friends with them. Okay. Just remember that that person on the other end, that prospect, is a real person. Okay. Also, you got to be laser focused on the person or the group of people that you are targeting. I can't even tell you how important that is. And I can't tell you how that has kind of evaded me for a very long time. I mean, I know the type, basically the demographics of the people, but you really got to hone into what their pain is. You've got to know what it is that they like to eat for dinner. You got to know what kind of movies they want to go to. You got to know what books they like to read, where they like to hang out on the weekends, who their favorite actors and actresses are. It is so important that you know all of this, because that way you can converse with them. You can talk intelligently to them about what their pain is and what their issues are. And Facebook is a freaking absolutely wonderful place for that. I'm telling you right now, because you can do your work on Facebook. You can find out different demographics about people, and you target them from there. If it's people, if you're targeting other internet marketers or home-based business people, you can find out, who their favorite people are, who they like, and target it from there, and really what I did, what really helped me, is I created what is called an empathy map. And if you don't know what an empathy map is, you better Google it. Go on Google, find out what it is. You can download that, and you can go to work in trying to figure out who your person is, who are the group of people that you want to target. Another really important thing to do is to do your own vision board. Okay. Because you got to know what you want in life too. You got to have goals, and you got to know where you're going and what you're going to do in life. Because if you're working towards a goal, but you don't know what that goal is, how are you going to accomplish that goal? Okay. How are you going to do that until you have a vision board? And that's the best way to figure it out, what it is that you want in life, is to create a vision board. Back to Facebook, but when you're talking to people on Facebook, number one, you don't want to spam. You don't want to put your link into chat groups or marketing groups. It's just not. They don't work. I mean, they just really don't work. And if they do work, I mean, it's for a limited period of time. Okay, people are going to start to block you if you spam them. All right, you want to start to make friends with them. Another thing is, you don't really want to rant. Okay, ranting is a huge no-no. Okay, because you're gonna get you are going to get a reputation if you are ranting. Okay, if you decide to post a rant, first kind of type out a page, or write it out. I mean, if you're really heated about a subject, write it out or type it all out, exactly what you want to say, and then sit back and read it and see if it still holds the same power for you before you blast it off into Facebook land. Okay. Really, it's best if you get that stuff out and you kind of solve that problem yourself, because you're going to get a reputation, and you don't want to do that. You want to come across as a person who is easy to talk to, a person who is a problem solver, a go-to person for your avatar, for the group of people that you want to reach. And you don't really want to come off as a person that is going to take off on some kind of a tangent. Okay. And there's a lot of people out there that are probably saying right now, well, I don't know what to talk about with people. I don't even know what to post on my wall. I'm out of ideas. The world is covered with topics to talk about. You can use current events, different trends that are going on, like, if something comes up. I'll give you an example. I had, it was Raquel Welch's birthday. I think it was last week. And I saw in the trending session on my Facebook page that it was a birthday. I forget how old she is, 75, 80 or something like that. And I took her picture and I said, happy birthday, Raquel Welch. You know, you're looking good. I got 176 posts on that from people I didn't even know. And people were ticked off. I mean, a lot of people were like, hey, you know, you look good, Raquel, you know, good for you. But there were a lot of people who were really ticked, who were going, oh, if I had the money to do all that plastic surgery, I'd look like that too. And, you know, I mean, people were just going crazy about it. But, you know, you can't get, you can't get emotional about it, or you can't hold that like, you know, it's, you know, oh gosh, you know, people are, you know, mad at me for posting that. You know, you have to develop kind of a thick skin when you post those things, because it's really not about you, you know. And when you start to see, you know, the emotions of the market that you're going after, it's a really interesting thing. Plus, you can even engage with people, with these people who are putting these comments on there, and you can have a never-ending stream of people to talk to and to learn about them, who they are, what they like, where they're going, where they want to go, what their dreams and aspirations are. I mean, you know, the world is just full of it. But before I go off on some other things, I'm going to hand it back to Linda. I know she's got some things that she wants to talk to you about too. So take it away, my dear.
Thank you, Nancy. And yes, you know, Nancy is dropping some major golden nuggets here. And some of you may be seeing this, you know, on a replay or wherever. The recording is not going to be available widely for replay. But if you are watching this on a replay or watching it live, these things may be like, well, duh. But it's amazing how, and we're not through yet. We're just getting to, you know, kind of covering the basic stuff. But it's amazing how many people don't understand the power of Facebook, because even with me, you know, I've got more than your average number of Facebook friends from all over the world, but I still feel like I'm living in a little neighborhood and I'm only really interacting. I guess before this training, I felt like I was only really interacting with the same people all of the time. You know, your neighbors, your family, your friends, you know, the people, you had this little like bubble kind of thing. And really what this strategy is all about is bursting the bubble and getting out there. That yes, Facebook is a social media, which means social. Act as if it's a cocktail party, a really, really fun cocktail party. There's some networking going on. There's some friendships being made. And you wouldn't walk into a cocktail party, walk up to a person that you just met and say, will you marry me? Or let's go have sex, you know. And that's really what you're doing when if you're using the strategy where you're sending out cut and paste or copy and paste messages on Facebook Messenger, where you don't have any interaction with these people. You just found out that maybe they're in network marketing, you saw them in a group or something, and you don't even say hello. You just post this thing like, hey, how you doing? This can blah 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 blah, here's my link. And one of the things that has really nothing to do with Facebook and everything to do with Facebook, no matter where you are marketing, it's not about you, it's about them. And it's not about your company, its products, its comp plan, its guarantees, its organic ingredients, how much weight you can lose. Has nothing to do with those things. It all has to do with you. You need to promote you. You have to think of this as you Inc., whoever you may be. For me, it's Linda Inc. And I want to drive home this point that if you're posting about your business opportunity, you know, there were so many people out there, especially when something's coming out new, that I see people posting like new, and this is nothing against Unique. I love Unique. I have Unique makeup on right now. I am a customer. But when the 3D mascara came out, all I saw was pictures of girls with no lashes, Unique lashes, and they were like really big. And it was like before, after, before, after. 3D mascara, get yours now. You know, Unique, 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 Unique. And what you need to do is to promote yourself, not Unique, not its 3D mascara, not Beachbody and its Shakeology, not Empower Network and its blogging, or its, you know, the coaching program they're coming out now. Nothing against those companies, but when you promote those companies, you don't promote that. You promote yourself as a leader, as someone who knows about how to market that product, how to market online, how to help people with their issues, whether it be make money to join you by making money, those are looking for money, or if they want to lose weight and they're struggling with losing weight, or if they haven't found a makeup that hasn't broken them out, or they always feel like it's, you know, it's not natural looking or whatever. Find their pain, and then it's about them. But when you're posting online, when you're no matter where it is, but we're talking about Facebook tonight. When you're posting on Facebook, if all you have on your timeline is buy my stuff, here's my company, I just got a check for $400, and yes, you do need to put those results, social results and proof, social proof is great for promoting your business. But if it's post after post after post after post, people are going to stop following you. So one of the things that you need to add in is, first of all, I'm going to get real basic. One of the things that I see, and I won't even friend you if this is you, unless I know you as a friend elsewhere. Like my brother, he doesn't have, sometimes he does, but right now he doesn't have his picture as his profile picture. This is social media. It means getting social. Don't have a picture of your cat or even your kid or your baby on there, or a motivational phrase. Have a picture of you smiling, having a good time, even making a goofy face or something like that. Women out there, if you're, because especially in this day and age where people from all over the world can try and scam you or romance you, believe me, they're not in it for romance. They want to get money out of you. If you're having a lot of problems with men trying to message you or become friends with you, in your profile, still make sure you're in it, but have it with your spouse or your significant other. Have it, if you're not in a serious relationship right now, have it with your kid if you have a kid. Have it taken with your brother or your dad or an uncle, just another male or a child. I wouldn't recommend a small child, but you know, if you've got like a teenager or something, put a picture of you and your teenager up there. But still make it a picture of you and not far away. You know, there's these pictures of, you know, getting the picture of when we went through Montana, and they're like pointing at the picture, but the guy taking the picture is like 300 miles away taking the picture. So it's like the Montana sign, and then the people are like this big. Don't do that. You know, get a picture where it shows your face and your personality. The other thing is choose those 5 things that you like about yourself and you feel attract people to you. And let me tell you, it's not looks. This is personality things, not how you look, not, you know, how thin you are, how big you are, how tall you are, how short you are, how much hair you have. It has nothing to do with that. People are attracted by personality, and you have a unique personality, so you want to showcase that. And obviously you don't want to showcase if you like have anger. You don't want to showcase that. You want to showcase positive parts of your personality. And and have a variety in your posts. So actually, I pick about 3 to 5 personality traits that I want to make sure that I feel are a big part of who I am and a big part of why people are attracted to me and why the people that like me like me. One of them is humor. I'm very witty. I love witty banter. I love puns. I love I love how do I want to put this? Like anything that I can take out of context of a movie or a song that kind of fits in the conversation. Because I always say that I speak in song lyrics, but I also speak in movie lines too. And so stuff like that. And the other thing is I like to be inspirational and motivational. So I make posts that are inspiring or motivating or something that makes you think. I post funny things. I post things about music, and I also am a huge believer in being grateful, the law of attraction, about thinking positively to focus on those things that are good in your life, not focusing on the problems in your life. So I post a lot about that. If you're starting to rant and it has nothing to do with those 3 to 5 great personality traits that you have, don't post it because it's only going to attract people who are angry. When you rant about something you're angry about, it's going to attract angry people. And really what we're here for, no matter what company you promote, if you're doing it right, you're doing it from the heart, not from the head, not looking that everybody that you talk to has a big dollar sign on their forehead. You're doing it from your heart. And so that's why you want to really post those things that are part of your personality traits. If you are going to post something that you're going to rant about, I would not have it be family business or personal business. That's a big, people are going to be not attracted to that, or the wrong people are going to be attracted to it. But if it's a rant about our business, about maybe somebody who's maybe spammed you, or maybe you're calling somebody out that just really did some kind of D-bag kind of thing to you, and maybe you want to call them out, make sure you have a solution to it. So people learn, because some people do it just because their sponsor told them to, and maybe the sponsor's the D-bag. So if they can learn from you, and guess what, if they learn from you and they start getting the better reaction to what they're doing as opposed to someone like me calling them out, if I can teach them a lesson and then they start getting positive results from it, who are they going to look to when they want to do something else? They're going to look to me. And that's what you want. Not everybody's going to join your business. Not everybody's going to buy your product. It's going to be, some people will buy now, some people will buy later, and some people will buy way down the line when they think back to you and go, you know what? I really like that girl that was teaching really positive stuff. I need that in my life. I'm going to see what she's promoting right now. And sometimes they don't even care what you're promoting. They just want to join you. And so this is big stuff. It's stuff you need to pay attention to. The other really basic thing that people forget, especially if they're new to promoting a business online, maybe they've had Facebook for a while and they decide, maybe they were at a party, like a unique party or something, and they decide they're going to be a unique rep or a doTERRA rep, or doesn't matter what thing, and they're going to promote it online, and they're putting stuff on their Facebook wall, but they only have their Facebook account set to only friends and family can see their profile or their Facebook wall, their timeline. make sure that it is to public. Now you are going to get some, you know, kind of weird people wanting to talk to you and stuff, but it's something you have to do. When you're in business, you got to keep the door open. You know, if you imagine if this was a brick and mortar business, if you had a Subway shop and you had just paid couple $100,000, actually several $100,000 to buy the franchise rights, and then you had to pay several $100,000 to get all the equipment in there, and you're paying $5,000 to $10,000 per month rent. Would you really want your shop to be down an alley with no sign over the door, no sign at the entrance to the streets? It's just a plain door. Nobody knows you're a Subway unless they walked in. And that's what you're doing if you only put your Facebook people who can see you on only my friends or family or, you know, Facebook friends. Don't even put it to friends of Facebook friends. It has to be public. Now, I know some of you are going to be saying, but I don't want my friends and family to know I'm promoting this. Well, first of all, if you're doing it right, they're really not going to know exactly what you do. My family, to this day, still asks me what I do for a living. They don't get it. They don't understand. They're like, what is that with your video with the funny hats and, you know, the Princess Mafia where we had the Godfather music playing and stuff like that. And now we got the Black Ops kind of theme going because that's what our main team is all about. It's because I show more of my personality. Maybe one post a day, I talk about. It might be 2 posts if there's a training coming up that's going to be open to the public. I might promote a training, and I may post social proof because our team is doing who just started in network marketing, have never been in network marketing before. They were only on Facebook for personal reasons, and they're making $10,000 a month in their first month with the training we have in Black Ops. So it works, but you have to have your profile open to public. And the other thing before I pass it off to Nancy is, especially if you've been on Facebook for a while, I'm going to try and share my screen. I'm hoping it'll work here. Nancy, kind of tell me, unmute yourself and tell me if you can see my screen. Hold on. Share. Can you see my Facebook page? Awesome sauce. Okay.
Looking good.
So here's my my personal Facebook page. Now it's up to you whether you want to do a business page. They do have business pages available, and if you do want to do paid Facebook marketing, you have to do it from a business page, not your personal page. However, with this strategy, you don't need a business page. You only need your personal page. Now, here's something. And I'm going to show you what I was going to talk about in a second, but I want to kind of go through. I love Sandra Boynton. Her cute little animals. My favorite is Hippo Birdie to You, and it's a hippo, a birdie, and 2 sheep. And her drawings are just the cutest. And she just had this where the carp is saying carp, 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 and the crab is saying crab, 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 crab. Grouse, grouse, grouse. And then the deer says, deer, deer. And she says, you know, maybe we should stop complaining so much. So then I added to it, try going 1 week without complaining and your life will change dramatically. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, have gratitude for what is right in your life, which is my motto. You know, the house can be falling around your ears, but if you are alive and your family is okay, you know, that's what you focus on. I just had a pretty major accident. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the fact that I was okay and I have insurance and things are going to get fixed. And that's Really. And so we posted last night. We had so much major difficulty that we had to postpone. So I apologize for it. This was promoting for last night. Here again, I'm sharing because it was National Chocolate Day. So I wanted to celebrate that. And lately, a lot of them have been her because she's had such cute things lately. But here's what I want to talk about is your friends list. Over here on the right side, your friends list. The people at the top are the people who you interact with most. You look at their timeline, you respond, they respond to you. If you take this list and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to start getting to some friends you haven't talked to in a long time. And here's where you can start is just go to because sometimes, if you've been on Facebook for a while, sometimes you're like, okay, where did I meet them? Are they from when I was in this thing, or they just liked what I posted, or what was going on? So what I do is I click on somebody and I go to their timeline. All you got to do is click on their name. It's going to go to their timeline. I kind of look and it'll spark my memory of kind of how I know them. And then I send them a message and I'll say, hey, Steve, I haven't talked to you in a long time. How's it going? What's going on in your life right now? And send them a message and just start a conversation. Now, I don't say, hey, Steve, how's it going? Hey, I'm in this thing where you can make $10,000 or more your first month. Here's my link. I don't say that. All I do is find out how they're doing and go from there. And that's where a lot of people go wrong is as soon as they make some friends with somebody, it's not, hey, how you doing? It's like, okay, let's go get married. Let's go down to the courthouse. Here's my link. It's kind of like instead of here's my link, you should be saying, here's my ring. Let's be in business together. And people are turned off by that. And in fact, sometimes if it gets too bad, I unfriend them and block them because, I don't put up with that kind of stuff. Get to know me. It's kind of like the guy who, first date and, I've been married for a million years, but, first date and they're ready to go at it. Hey, you know what? Buy me dinner first. So same thing with this. You want to get to know them. You want to find out, like Nancy was saying, once they start talking, break their state, try to get them to laugh because people will automatically like you if you can get them to laugh. It doesn't have to be like rolling on the floor, like tears running down the face kind of laugh. If you can get them to chuckle, or even, just kind of, and usually in a chat, they'll put LOL, even if it just made them smile. If you can get them to that LOL state, they are going to relax with you. And then when you start getting to know them better, maybe asking some probing questions and stuff like that, they are going to really be so comfortable with you that they're going to talk about stuff that they didn't think they would talk about. Like, I have $10,000 in credit card debt and, I'm back a couple months on my rent and stuff like that. They'll start revealing some things that then you kind of can start seeing how from their pain, how you can help them. Now, the other thing I do before I pass it off to Nancy is be careful. Some of these people are broke and they're addicted to their victim story. And so you really have to get to, and Nancy and I have both had huge breakthroughs with this particular thought process. You have to get through, I'm going to get back on so I can, I feel like I'm not talking to anybody. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hold on one second. Stop sharing. Oh, here. Oh, yay. Okay. So you have to get to what they call the fuck it moment. Pardon my expression, but hey, we're in Black Ops. Soldiers, the phrase is I cuss like a sailor. Come on. So every once in a while we may cuss a little bit. We'll try not to be too over the top, but You have to get to that fuck it moment in your business and in your whole attitude about your business, to where I want this to succeed. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care what my ego is telling me. I don't care that my friends and family are laughing at me. Screw them. Screw my ego. I'm going to do this, because your ego will come up. Your ego is, our mentor also says, your ego is not your amigo. And your ego will be like this little devil in your ear saying, you know, they're probably not interested. Or if it's somebody that's kind of a leader, like, you know, I know tons of people now in the MLM industry, and some of them are $1 million earners, some of them are multiple six-figure earners, some of them are starting to make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. If they don't know about my opportunity, because if you're successful, you're probably interested in at least more than one, maybe not 10, but at least more than one income stream. So, you know, to approach someone who's making already $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, your ego is going to say, what do they need with your thing? They're already making $10,000 or $20,000 a month. Well, you don't know. Maybe they want something else. Maybe they're wanting to make $100,000 a year. I mean, $100,000 a month, over $1 million a year. So you don't know what they're thinking. So you have to forget the ego, and you have to not judge. Just like they teach you, if you've ever been in the retail industry, whether you're selling clothes or jewelry or a car, the first thing they'll say is, do not judge people that walk through the door, because that guy who walks in sweatpants and t-shirt with stains on it could be worth $1 billion and want to buy 2 new cars from you. But if you judge them and think, oh, that guy, poor schmuck, he doesn't have any money, and I'll let the other guy take him, you're screwing yourself. You cannot prejudge. You never know what the person's situation is. And in that fuck it moment, on the opposite side of that, when someone is giving you their story that they're addicted to, that's victimhood, you gotta try to get them out of it. Like, you know, don't give me that victim. You know, you can get out of this situation. I'm giving you, you can find, if it's whatever the opportunity is. Sometimes it's $100 to get in. Sometimes it's $1,000 to get in. You know, there's opportunities where it's $57,000 to get in. But if you really want this and you really see it as a way to get to where your vision is, you're going to go find the money. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. But if they're still addicted to that victimhood, and they keep, you know, saying, you know, I don't have the money. You know, my girlfriend ran off with, you know, she took my dog, and, you know, it's a whole country song. You gotta just really end the conversation. Don't waste your time with people who are not going to move on from being a victim and start being a victor in their life. If they're addicted to that and you can't get out of it, go on to the next person. So I'm going to pass it off to Nancy, and we're going to, gosh, you know, we're almost at the top of the hour, and we haven't even talked about everything we wanted to talk about tonight. Unmute yourself.
I know. I was just looking at it. It's like, you know, a couple minutes to the hour, you know, but, you know, we'll have to talk more about this subject too, because there are several points that I would have liked to have made as well, that I think that are really, really relevant. So I'm thinking, Linda, maybe not next week, because I'm going to be in Colorado. I'm going to, my niece is getting married, so we're spending the whole week there, but maybe the week after, maybe the following Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll have to figure it out. We'll do like a part 2. What do you think? You think that sounds good? Are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
I had myself muted and didn't remember that I did.
Okay.
So yeah, I totally
No,
agree with that.
good?
We can do like, Facebook strategies phase 2 or part 2 or something like that. Because there is so
Right.
much stuff that you don't know that you don't know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we haven't really even gotten into, we just touched the surface. Now, we can't give
Yep.
you everything that that we're taught. First of all, because it's, it's our mentors, really, it's their property. So we can talk about
Hmm.
general terms and we can really get you, we have a lot of great things to teach you. But to really get into the nitty gritty, if you are wanting to learn how to create a marketing budget for yourself of, from $1,000 a month to, like I said, people in their first month are starting to make $10,000 and $20,000 in their first month using the training and with the training that we sell. So if you're interested in seeing what the Black Ops team is all about and what the product and company that we promote as a team, click on the link below that says I want to get started or something like that, and there will be a short video that'll explain what it's all about. And but we're going to be here in a couple of weeks from now. We don't know exact date and time yet. We'll be here after Nancy gets back from Colorado, and we will dive more into Facebook free strategies that the gurus do not want you to know. And so we wanted to
Yep.
keep it an hour because, there's so many like team trainings going on, and then you buy products and you want to go through that. We don't want a 3-hour session that you have to go through, as well. So we're trying to keep it to an hour. So we're going to do that. And so until you watch our Facebook walls for the next date and time with the link, you will have to register to get the link to the Hangout. And but make sure you do that, and we'll make sure that you get here, and we will be sure to have many more golden nuggets to drop into your lap so that you can succeed in your business. So until then, have a great week. Think positive. Don't talk so much. Listen more. Not so. That's why you have one mouth and two ears. You listen more, talk less, ask questions. It's not about you. It's about them. And have a great week. Think positive, be grateful, thank people who do stuff out of the ordinary when you're out and about. It will completely change your life if you just are grateful for things that happen. And we will see you sometime within the next 2 weeks, and look forward to teaching you more stuff about Facebook. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping in.